Hey guys, welcome back to another Spy Family Sunday. We are here to review chapter 94 of Spy Family. Again, if you guys are liking the content here, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope everybody's having a good new year so far. I can't believe it's already the 21st. We're almost done with January. Like, where is the time going? So anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and get into this chapter. This was definitely a transitional chapter after Anya's exams. So the chapter starts off with Anya and Bond, and they're watching an episode of Spy Wars. Bondman is being pursued by some bad guys, and he's skiing down some kind of slope. Anya sees this, and she's like, Dad, I really want to try this. Like, let's do the swoosh. Lloyd's looking at her like, no, we don't have time for that. Of course, Anya, she starts crying. Lloyd is definitely in dad mode at this point, which is really cute. And so it transitions to Anya, Yor, and Lloyd. They're at some kind of ski resort. Anya's super pumped. She's like, yeah, we're gonna ski. And like, this chapter is so hilarious because nobody knows how to ski except for Lloyd. So Yor is like on her skis and she's like, oh my god, like, how do I stop? And her eyes are like all swirling, and and Lloyd's like, Yor, you're going the wrong way. And he's like, you have to use your feet and make them perpendicular so that you can stop. Yor, she basically like launches herself like off of a tree so that she can stop. Lloyd's kind of like ... Yor is still sort of tripping over herself, and she's like, oh, Lloyd, it's not what you think. Like, I had a gymnastic teacher like when I was a kid, and and so she's just like rattled by the whole experience of trying to ski. And Anya's not having any success on her skis at all. Like, she can't even stand up without falling over. And so she kind of gets frustrated. She's like, oh, skiing is not as fun as I thought it would be. Maybe we should leave. Of course, Lloyd says, well, you're the one that wanted to come up here. And so Bond is like holding this piece of, I guess, tubing or plastic with like a rope attached to it so that he can pull Anya. And it's really cute. And so he's pulling her around on the snow and she's having a lot of fun. And of course, Lloyd is just like tearing up the slopes because, he's good at everything. And so they're having a pretty good time doing that. But then a blizzard blows through and they're not able to leave because it's dangerous, and they're not going to be able to drive their car, so they're stuck at the lodge until the morning. The innkeeper's like, hey, we got one more room, it's vacant, you guys can stay. So they get inside and there's a bunch of people in the lobby, and Indo like, I don't know if he was trying to do some detective like Conan stuff in this chapter, but the names that he gave some of the people that are stuck at the end are just hilarious. There's a bunch of college students, and I will start from right to left because that's how it is in the panel. And so one of the characters' names is Max Slacker. He's 21, and then 20-year-old a drama queen, and then shortened credits is 21, and then needs a job soon is 22. These names are just, they're sending me right now because, Indo, you're not slick. We see what you're doing. But anyways, I just thought those characters' names were hilarious, and they're part of some kind of a sophomore college group. They come up there to ski every year, and so we're introduced to them. There's also a man named Hack Skyver. He's a tabloid writer. And then Guy Luvatrosky. Hope I'm not butchering that. And there's some other people, like another inn employee, the innkeeper, and then his wife. And so the tabloid guy starts talking about a legend that supposedly happens at this inn. There's this monster that comes out during blizzards, and his name is the Red Snowman, and he likes to target kids. Of course, the innkeeper's like, dude, stop trying to scare the child. And Anya's fascinated. She's like, Dad, we should go and find this guy. And Lloyd's like, absolutely not. And everybody returns to their rooms after dinner, and the wife of the innkeeper's like, hey, everybody come back down here because I have some cake that I want to share with everybody. Everybody's getting situated in their room, and of course Yor is sort of freaking out about this because she has to share a room with Lloyd, and we know how shy she is, and so she's sort of having an internal crisis. Lloyd offers to sleep on the couch while Yor and Anya take the beds. Yor goes outside and she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna go outside and cool off. And Lloyd wants to go and explore the cabin so that he can get a basic idea of the layout in case they have to escape. Anya goes with him, and then we get this weird panel of some guy holding a knife, and he's shadowed out so you can't see his face, but some stuff is about to go down. And so everybody's downstairs enjoying the cake and the food, and they hear this crashing sound. Everybody's like, hey, who dropped a dish? What's going on? Some of the college kids go upstairs and they open one of the rooms and they find one of the kids stabbed in the back. And so everybody everybody starts freaking out. They're like, oh my god, what happened to him? Like, how did he get stabbed? It's the red snowman. Who else would be stabbed with the frozen carrot? Which is what a drama queen starts talking about. And of course, Lloyd goes straight into action, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna do what I can. I used to be like, I'm a doctor, and call the police, call the paramedics. But conveniently, the phone line has been cut, right? Lloyd's like, no problem, I can fix it. I used to repair electronics when I was in college. Of course, everybody's like, dude, who the hell are you? You know, because you're doing a lot. And so Lloyd's repairing the phone line. Everybody's talking about who could it possibly be. All of us were down here. It's definitely the red snowman. Lloyd's like, no, it can't be anybody else but us. The killer is in this room. And so now we've gotten into a full-blown whodunit situation, like Clue, which is really cool. He's just saying one of us has to be the killer. The innkeeper employee points out that Yor was outside when everybody else was in the lobby having cake. And of course, Yor's like, I didn't kill anybody. And, you know, she's thinking to herself, I don't kill people unless I have to. And of course, Lloyd doesn't suspect Yor. The tabloid writer's like, who cares? We need to tie this woman up. She could kill us all. And Lloyd grabs him and he's like, we're gonna do this in a practical way. Lloyd wants everybody to account for where they were during the attack. Everybody is just blaming everybody else because nobody knows what's going on. The police are not going to be able to come until the morning, and so that puts everybody sort of in like a fight or flight mode. And meanwhile, Anya picks up on the thoughts of the innkeeper, and it turns out the old man is the one that's killing everybody, and he's like, all right, like nobody's going to suspect me. Too bad I couldn't place the blame on, you know, the red snowman, but this works as well. And so he's pretty much scheming while, you know, Anya's reading his thoughts. And then we get a premonition from Bond, and Anya can see him planning out the next 2 murders of the college students. And so Anya tells Lloyd, she's like, let's go explore around the kitchen at 11 p.m. And Lloyd's like, that's an oddly specific time. The only thing you're going to be doing is sleeping. And so we don't get to see the rest of the chapter, but, you know, it's explained that Lloyd does go down to the kitchen where the murder is supposed to happen. He intercepts the old man, explains everything to the police, and the Forger family leaves. Lloyd's just kind of like, oh, I didn't get any sleep last night. But Anya had a blast. Like, her face is just bright and awestruck, and she finally got her grand adventure. You know, she was like, this is the best. Like, we caught an evildoer, and it was just so much fun. So she's on cloud 9. She had a great time, and she wants to do it again. Of course, Lloyd is like, no, you need to stay away from dangerous people. Like, you know, and Anya's thinking to herself, but Mama and Papa are dangerous people. And it was just a really cute chapter. I like that she was ultimately rewarded for, you know, passing her exams. You know, even though she did receive a Tanisha Bolt, Lloyd made an exception and, you know, took her on this skiing trip, which is really cool. So it was a sweet chapter. I liked it. Yeah, I can't wait for the next chapter. As far as what's gonna happen in chapter 95, I don't know, but I am really wanting to get that Anya backstory. I feel like it's time for Endo Sensei to really start exploring these mysteries with Anya. He's been sprinkling things in here and there, but we really need like a solid backstory on her, or at least the start of a solid backstory on her. I think that would be so satisfying for this series. And I know that Endo Sensei said that this series is supposed to be long, but that doesn't mean we can't start furthering her development. So I feel like that would be appropriate. And it looks like we're going to have a 3-week break because the next chapter doesn't come out until February 18th. So maybe that's him planning the next arc. We'll have to keep our fingers crossed. But that was my review for chapter 94 of Spy Family. Thank you again for listening, and until next time, remember to be awesome and stay true.